The first snow of winter was falling when Marcus Johnson spotted them. Two skinny white kids huddled beneath a broken bus stop, their knees pulled to their chests, their clothes soaked through. The older boy, maybe 10, wrapped an arm around his sister, who couldn't have been more than 6. Their eyes were hollow, tired, and filled with the kind of fear Marcus remembered from his own childhood. He stopped in his tracks, a grocery bag dangling from his hand. His breath rose in clouds against the cold night air. He didn't know these kids, didn't know their story, but something inside him whispered, "Don't walk away." "Y'all all right?" Marcus asked softly. The boy's eyes flickered with suspicion, but the girl just shook her head, tears streaking down her cheeks. "We ain't got nowhere to go," the boy muttered. Marcus could have left it there. In his neighborhood, everyone carried their own burdens, and nobody had time to carry another. But as he looked at those children, shivering against the icy wind, he saw himself. Abandoned by a father, raised by a mother who worked 3 jobs, left alone too many nights. He couldn't bear to walk away. "Come on," Marcus said, holding out his hand. "You can stay at my place tonight, just for tonight." That, one night, turned into weeks, then months. Marcus worked at a mechanic shop during the day, hauling busted engines and oil, stained rags, and in the evenings he cooked meals for the children. Tommy and Lily. He patched their clothes, taught them how to do homework, and tucked them in with stories about superheroes who didn't always wear capes. His neighbors whispered. A black man taking in 2 white children in a rough part of town drew stares, suspicion, even police visits. But Marcus didn't care. He wasn't their blood, but he became their family. Years rolled forward. Tommy grew tall and strong, always protective of Lily, while Lily blossomed into a thoughtful young woman who never stopped sketching in her notebooks. Marcus sacrificed to keep them safe. Sometimes going without food so they could eat, sometimes working double shifts so they'd have decent shoes for school. He never asked for thanks. Love was its own reward, but fate has a way of testing the strongest hearts. One night, 2 decades later, Marcus's world came crashing down. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. A fight broke out outside a bar, and when police arrived, Marcus was the one in handcuffs. A man had been badly beaten, nearly killed, and witnesses, driven by old prejudices, pointed their fingers at Marcus. Repeat offender. The prosecutor sneered in court, dragging up a youthful mistake Marcus had long since paid for. This man is dangerous. He deserves life behind bars. Marcus sat in silence, hands clasped, eyes heavy with the weight of hopelessness. He thought of Tommy and Lily, grown now, with lives of their own. He never wanted them dragged into his pain. But on the day of sentencing, the courtroom doors swung open. 2 figures walked in. Tommy, now in a crisp suit, and Lily, carrying a folder of documents. Their presence turned every head. "Your Honor." Tommy's voice rang steady. "This man is no criminal. He is the reason my sister and I are alive today." Gasps rippled through the room. Lily stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "When we were children, Marcus found us starving on the street. He raised us, loved us, gave us a home. Without him, we would have been lost, or worse. And tonight, you're calling him dangerous?" "No. He's the reason we're standing here." The judge hesitated, brows furrowed. The prosecutor protested. But Lily opened the folder. Testimonies, photographs, letters from teachers, pastors, even neighbors who now admitted what Marcus had done for the children he called his own. The courtroom fell silent as the weight of truth settled. The judge leaned back, studying Marcus with new eyes. "It seems," he said slowly, "that this man has spent his life giving more than he ever received. In light of these extraordinary circumstances, the charges are dismissed." Marcus felt his knees weaken. He had braced himself for iron bars and endless nights, but instead, freedom wrapped around him like a long-lost friend. As he stepped out of the courthouse, the air tasted sweeter, lighter. Tommy clapped a hand on his shoulder. Lily slipped her arm through his. "We told you we'd always have your back," Tommy whispered. And for the first time in years, Marcus let himself believe that maybe kindness does come full circle. That the love you give, no matter who you give it to, has a way of finding its way back home,